of Fame another one?
All right. We're the bench starters.
What happened?
Oh, I think yeah, there you go. We're the bench starters. James, that's Noel. Today we're here with Liam Woulfe. I've known Liam. What's this, about 3 years now, Liam?
Move right?
Move right. Yep. So just wanted to have you on the show because I know you're a young coach starting now and you're a young trainer. So just wanted to hear your story and hear like your grind and just the stuff that you're going through. I know I would rather do this in person since I actually truly know you, but I just wanted to get the word out anyway. So first question I was going to ask you, man, is when you start first falling in love with the game, man? Like when's
Man, so I grew up watching basketball all the time. And I think I really started falling in love with it when I started to focus on it in sixth grade. And that's when I started playing more competitively, stopped playing other sports. I just focused on basketball and getting in the gym every day, with my AAU coach, just one-on-one, training in the hot gyms, the unair conditioned gyms, just falling in love with the grind and falling in love with the process and working on a move so much and then you figure it out. That's the best feeling ever.
Okay. So, to tell the people that's watching, how was your basketball journey? You went to St. James, right?
No, I went to Bishop Miege.
Bishop Miege. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So then how did that go out for you? Since Bishop Miege is a powerhouse. So how did that?
Heck yeah. I played with people like Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Josh Early, Bobo, and playing on that. I'm not a huge fan of the coaches there. I respect what they do, but especially if you want to be a point guard there, you have a really short leash, and we didn't see eye to eye all the times. But I like the school, the education a lot. My big thing is I love AAU basketball. I think that's the best way to get recruited. And I played with Warrior hoops for most of my time. I don't think they're around right now. I think they're trying to restart everything up. Then I played with the Field House of Kansas City, which is Dry 5 when they first opened up. And we had a really good team in the area. And I played on a couple different teams, but I think a big thing is loyalty. So I stayed with Warriors, even though a couple other teams asked me to come play with them and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like playing with Warriors. I love the connection I made with my coach there and my teammates there.
So, I know that you were playing at St. Mary's last year, but I'm not sure if you still play there now or.
So I played at the University of St. Mary up here in Leavenworth for my first 2 years of college. And then I really kind of got hit with I got my team, I got playing, and it's kind of I have a couple of really special kids on my team. And it was kind of do I want to try to help them play in college or do I want to continue my playing career? And I didn't think it was fair if I didn't give either side 100% of my time. So I talked to Coach Brown up here at St. Mary, kind of told him that I was I don't think I'm going to play my last 2 years. I think I'm just going to try to help some of my kids play in college, play at the highest level possible. And he actually gave me the opportunity to be a coach on the staff now. So
that's
I'm
dope.
on, yeah, man. So it's kind of seeing the whole different perspective kind of thing now as kind of being a college assistant. I'm a student assistant. I think that's my official title. But it's really fun helping with practice plans. I got to help recruit a couple kids. It's way different, but it's really fun. Yeah. I miss playing, man, but I always say if I could just help 2 kids on my team at least, make it to college, that's 2 replacing the one that stopped playing. So that's what I always think.
Yeah.
Hey, how old are you, man?
21 years old.
21.
Yeah.
That's really mature of you to make that decision because, like you said, it would be really difficult to give 100% to playing and your teammates and making the team better, and coach on the side and it was. So that's a very mature decision you made, and not a lot of kids make that. I know I wouldn't have been able to make it, and I love to coach as well. But I just wanted to point out that's a very mature decision, and a lot of people aren't capable mentally of doing that. So
Appreciate that. Yeah, I really do. Thank you.
Takes a special person, man. It takes a very special person. So what I want to talk about, is what is your idea? Like, I know that you and your dad have a team together. So what was you guys' idea behind Pack Basketball?
Yeah. So my dad and I would always kind of like joke around when I was in high school, like, we should start our own AAU team. We should do it we should do it the right way. And I think like the right way is like, I think there's a lot of programs out there that really just want to profit off of kids.
Facts.
And I'm really big, I think there's a lot of underrated kids. I think Kansas City is a really under-recruited
Very underrated.
community. And I think there's a lot of great programs in Kansas City that don't get a whole lot of spotlight. So I kind of wanted to make a team the right way. My dad and I, we actually coached a team through my church, when they were in 7th and 8th grade. And we kind of just like hit our church up. We're like, hey, if you have an extra like team, we thought it'd be like the C team, the D team for like a young kids group. Like he and I just wanted to kind of like coach with each other. And then they hit him back because I was too young to be a coach, and said like, hey, you want the top 7th grade team? And there was like, for our church league, there's a lot of talent on that team. And we kind of like turned them around. They were like, I think they won 2 games the year before, and we actually ended up losing in the championship that year. And we had like so much fun with it that we did it their 8th grade year too. And then, for the Catholic school system, they after 8th grade they graduate, and then they got to go to high school in the area. And we're like, man, we wish we could still coach these kids like in the spring, summer. And like we kind of looked at each other one day and we're just like, screw it, let's do it. Like let's make a team. And where we get packed from is when I was kind of struggling with basketball when I was in high school at a really like tough spot. I have an uncle who is he's battling cancer, and he came up to me and said 2 things to me. He said, when you play basketball, you got to play. He like pointed at my head. He said, you got to play smart. And then he pointed at my heart. You got to play with heart. And then he said, pack. And I said, he's like, do you know what that means? I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he said, passion, passion, your love for the game. If you love the game, you want to play it. Attitude. If you have the right attitude, the right mindset, you got to be coachable, all that. And like, you can accomplish anything. And C, confidence. So like if you have confidence in yourself, you got confidence in your teammates, you can be a pretty great team. And you can be great. And I think if you really put all 3 of those together, you can be great in anything you do in life. So that's kind of where we got that from there. And I said, like, if he can battle cancer every day and live like that, then why would I quit basketball? When it's just like, just a lot
silly game.
difference. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a silly game at the end of the day.
Yeah. So that's like what we decided. We called it Pack Basketball, and I love it.
Man, that's dope, dog. That's really dope. Man, I just want you to explain the impact of the game that you think it has on the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we talk about, sometimes, just seeing people do it the wrong way. And, I feel like I'm with a program that's an independent program that, I feel like we also do it the right way. And, it's not about it's for sure not about the money for us, but, just trying to help kids out, trying to make it to college, or sometimes not even about college. Sometimes just having that relationship that, kids can lean on in the future, because not everybody's going to be a college athlete. That's not what they're, that's not what everybody aspires to be sometimes.
Yeah. So the big thing about our program is like, I try to instill those values of passion, attitude, and confidence in them. And I think like a big thing for us is I try to bring people from different demographics from all around the city. I got kids from Tonganoxie, Lee Summit, like St. James. Like I got kids that could probably like fund a whole program themselves, like their parents. And then I got kids that, can't really afford the monthly costs. And, it's about bringing those kids together that they probably wouldn't see together like on a daily basis, and like making them a family. And like, that's how our group is. Like I got a couple kids that are like, man, how's he doing? How's his season going? I'm like, why don't you ask him yourself, bro? Like I know you guys are cool. And then I see them all hanging out together. And I think like you kind of hit it on the head, like doing it the right way, whether that's like their highest level they're going to play is high school, or making that college scholarship. Because a lot of these kids, like, their best bet of going to college is getting an athletic scholarship. And there's more to it as well. Like, I always tell them, like, your grades are going to get you into college more than your athletics are. So, like, a big thing for us is grades. A big thing for us is, like, that family value. And I think, like, being a younger coach too, I can kind of like relate with them better, because I think the old style of play is kind of going out the window a little bit. You know, it's definitely much more up and down, fast pace all the time. And I love that. I love letting my players the ability to play. So I've had a lot of bad coaches in my life. And I think those I've learned more than my great coaches, because I've learned how not to coach them. So, like, if a player messes up, I'm not going to yank you out right away. I'm going to wait till you do something good, pull you out, and I'm not just going to yell at you right in your face in front of everyone. I'll pull you aside, talk to you. And again, that kind of depends on the kid. Like, you know, Tyler, I can yell at Tyler because he and I have that close relationship that we've built. And it's just about, like, who you're coaching, everything like that. But yeah, I think it's just, you know, like, helping them be the best person they can be. I always say, like, if you want to be like the best, I always use the analogy. I say, if you want to be the best ice cream salesman, I want to help you be the best damn ice cream salesman you can be. And instilling those values of, like, hard work from basketball into real life.
This is true. I like that. Very true. A couple comments on that. I don't think people take that life, the coaching and the life experience that it brings. I don't think a lot of people connect those dots when it comes to coaching, and I think that's really big that you have that early, because it is, sports are a lot like life. I mean, it's a game, and it's not real life. It literally is a game. But at the same time, the things that I've learned from playing so many games over the years prepared me for life, and I feel like I'm better for it. And so for you to, like, teach those values early, I think it's very important. And I think it's a point that we should always drive home when we are coaching these kids, is like, remember, like, this is a game, but this is to prepare you for life. So this isn't personal. Like you said, when you yell at a kid or when you point out something they did wrong, like, this is constructive criticism. This isn't like you're the worst person ever, you messed up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I always love how you can, like as a coach, you wear, like, so many different hats. Like, you could be a coach for one kid, a brother for another kid, a dad for another kid, you know, everything. You can, like, a teacher, a spiritual guide, everything like that. And one of my mentors actually told me when I first started my program, he was like, what are you going to say when someone asks you, like, how good are your kids? And you know, I was like, I don't know, like, say, like, they're pretty good. I don't know, like, how do I respond to that? And he goes, no, you tell them, ask me in 10 years when they're doctors, they're teachers, they're fathers, they're, like, out living their life with the values.
Sounds like Tim. That's Tim. Isn't it?
Actually, Dustin told me that.
That's Dustin. Okay.
Yeah, Dustin asked me that. Yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. So, you know, going on to that, you know what I'm saying? What's your true long-term goal from this, man? Like if I talk to you, and I mean, of course, we'll always keep in touch, man, but
yeah,
in 5-10 years, you know, where do you see yourself? Like, if everything played out the way that you wanted to play out, even though that doesn't always work that way, like like, where would you want to be at, man?
Yeah, I think I got, like, you know, a personal goal for me and then a goal for, like, my program. For my program, I mean, I want to be the best program in Kansas City. I want to look at MoKan, run GMC, beat them, you know, and kind of, like, and that's about, like, earning your stripes. And that's why, like, I thought this year was huge for us. Man. And I hope all this clears up, because last year I had a really good group. I was probably, I mean, I don't like try to brag on myself, but I was probably top 5, top 4 in the city. And besides MoKan, Run, maybe Team Casey or Yobo, put them in there. But my group, they won a couple big tournaments. They never had a losing record. We lost, like, I think we missed the whatever, you know, like how in the tournaments, if you're not first of your seed, you don't get the championship bracket or the platinum bracket. We missed, like, 2 platinum brackets this year off of tiebreakers. And you know, my first year doing this, I barely had a team, had a couple kids. Like, you know, just played in town last year, had a really good year, but like people look at that, okay, he can have a good year every once in a while. But like this year, if I kind of had another good year, it's like, okay, he's established himself on a map, stuff like that. So, you know, being the best program in Kansas City is huge for me.
Yeah.
And it's not about, you know, winning. It's about being maybe more like the best respected program. About, you know, these kids come out as great young men and great players. And then a personal goal for me, I kind of want to be like, I think it'd be really cool if I was like one of the youngest head varsity coaches in the area for a high school. That's a goal. I know a lot of them don't be like looking at you until you're older anyways, or if you have enough experience. But then, you know, my eventual goal is to probably coach in college. And whether that be at like the NAI level or the JUCO level, because you can also still coach your AAU team, or, you know, if I get the opportunity to coach at a higher level, but being able to coach at a lot of different levels and just impact a lot of kids is a huge goal for me.
That's dope, dog. So like one thing I want to, you know, we've already went over your motto because it's pretty much your team name, but
Yeah.
hey, so this is the part where, you know, what's the 3 most competitive people that you've played with, trained, coached? Like what would you say your 3 most competitive players are? I know Tyler's one of them for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we'll just start. So Tyler Claiborne, he goes to St. James, plays football too. He was like the 4th rated wide receiver in like the EKL, and he like that's his second sport, and it's crazy to me. Like this kid could be so good if he just doesn't realize it yet. I mean, I don't know, like just getting in the gym with him like every day is like he and I are both itching to get back in the gym. Like this dude, I've never seen him. Like I've never met a kid at his age that would like. He texted me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm waking up at like 5 a.m. to get dribbling drills in. I'm making 1,000 threes a day." Like he like when his I think the president, he goes to St. James, and he like asked the like the president of the school to like unlock the door for him and stuff like that so he can get in the gym. And I think that's really cool. And it's just he's just a kid that wants to get after it. And I have like on my team, like people probably get mad that I run a lot of plays for him, but he and I've like established that relationship, that trust that, you know,
works.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His work ethic is second to none. And it's just, you know, about, I trust him with the ball in his hands. Not saying I don't trust other guys on my team, but I'll ride or die with him. And then I played with like my freshman year, I played with a group of seniors, and we were like, so at first our Coach Brown didn't start the seniors, like all the seniors, a couple of them did. And then we started losing. He started starting those seniors, and I've never seen like a more like competitive group together.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the other 2, I'll just give 2 more kids I coached. Jaden McGee, he goes to Lee Summit North. He plays with a chip on his shoulder that like not too many kids have. And it's kind of like, he'll look at you in front of you. It doesn't matter who you are, how many stars you have next to your name. If you're recruited by KU, he's going to go out there and try to like punk you. And he just the way he plays and the way he carries himself is huge for our team. He's another kid like into the game situation. Like he's got that like clutch gene in him for sure. And then his best friend, Mayon Windsor, like dude's just a dog. Like he's a football player too. And like he will lock anybody up. I'll look at him and be like, if he gets by you, you're coming out, and the guy will not get by him for the rest of the game. Like, and he's just like a straight competitor too. I love that. Both of them be talking that crap too, which I appreciate.
Oh yeah, you gotta love that, man. You gotta love that.
Yeah, Jaden got a couple technicals this year off of that, and I mean, but when the guy's telling you can't shoot and you hit 2 in his face, I probably would talk too.
It's so funny because like I train Rob and my little brother Josh and stuff like that. So my dad always be like, "Man, I just wish Josh was like more like quiet." I said the only thing is like I can't tell him not to talk trash because when he goes to see open gym and I'm out there killing people, I'm talking the most. Like
you have to, yeah, you have to.
Knows
very
me
important.
like
very important.
If once you get their head, it's over.
Dog, though.
Oh yeah, if you got to back it up, and that's all 3 of those guys can back it up. I didn't know this, but I guess Tyler talks mad crap all the time. Like one of the guys, but he's just one of those like under his breath he'll say something to you after he hits it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those are the best trash talkers to me. Is like I'm not big on like yelling because I feel like it takes your energy. But if you can like kind of silently get under somebody's skin. Like even just by little subtle stuff like a bump here or like you can't guard me there. Like those are the best. That's the best kind of trash talk to me.
You have to. Yeah, that's what I love. All three of those guys just play like that.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know that that Tyler kid. So we're playing them in the Shawnee Mission East tournament, right? So we're playing St. James.
Oh
so
yeah, I missed that game. I was trying to get there.
Or we're up like 15, like because they're pretty young this year. There's pretty much just sophomores and freshmen.
Yeah, all the juniors got hurt this year, so basically the team next year was their team this year too.
So he was I don't believe in off games, but the person will say like, oh, man, he's gonna have off game. He wasn't hitting a lot of shots, but I swear I just knew when they came back, I was like, I know he's gonna hit a shot that's gonna put him up, and then lo and behold, he makes a shot to put him up. I'm like, God, dog, like I knew it was going in. Like when he shot, I was like, that's going in. Because he shoots 1,000 threes a day.
He makes 1,000 threes a day.
Yeah, makes 1,000 threes a day.
What kind of gym? I'm trying to figure out what kind of gym access he got that I needed to have.
Yeah, I mean, a quick story about him. So, and I guess our whole team. So we were down in Cape Girardeau for this, like, it was some Under Armour affiliated tournament last year. Yeah. And we made it to the championship, and the games were running behind. And we had a 5-hour drive after us, And I looked at one of our players and I said, man, I'm not trying to lose and drive for 5 hours. We better win this championship. And it's halftime. Everyone's playing. Like, we played, like, together. Like, when my group plays together, like, they don't look like the best team, but, like, when they hoop together, it's, like, crazy things happen. And we were down, like, 20 at halftime. And I'm not the big guy at yelling. I usually leave that to my assistant coach, which is Jaden's dad. He's like this, like, 6'8" dude, like, used to be a bodyguard at P&L. Super nice guy, though, but, like, he just looks intimidating. So, like, he'll yell, and, like, the kids will be like, but so it's halftime, and I just walk over. They're all yelling at each other, all bickering, and I'm like, all right, listen, let's get this shit together, but I'm yelling. And I was like, I'm tired of this. Like, play together, figure this shit out, blah, blah, blah. I'm ripping them, and I just walk off. And my assistant coach, he's doing the table for me. He just, like, sticks his fist out and gives me a fist bump, and he's like, wouldn't have said it any different. And they came out, man, and we were down 12 with, like, 4 minutes left. And it was Tyler, this one shooter I have named Ethan Raines, and this big guy I have named Garrett. And Garrett was pouting, so I sat him for most of the game, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, are you ready now? Because I was like, I'm not going to play if you're pouting. I put him in, he goes in, and then so Ethan we were down 6, Ethan hit 1 3, and then same thing about Tyler. Tyler runs to the corner, throw it to him. Before he even shoots it, you see me in the video, I just put my hand up and start walking down the court, man. And he tied it up, and then Garrett hit the game winner, and we ended up beating this Alabama Celtics team. And that was probably my favorite game I've ever coached, man. It was just like, just watching those kids, like, battle back, and that's what I love.
No, those are good ones. Those are always good ones, man. When you can get a good comeback going, especially at halftime, when you make those adjustments, you're like,
oh yeah.
It really is not really tactical adjustments. It's just an adjustment of attitude. Like, hey, like,
are y'all gonna play or not?
Yeah,
that's 100. That's basically what I said, but I used probably words I shouldn't have used.
Yeah, no, you need them. You need them. You definitely need them for emphasis.
Hey, I tell kids all the time, like, look, I'm probably going to put it the best. If you guys want to play in college, I'm probably going to put it the best way that you will probably ever hear until after your next 4 years. This is probably the nicest thing that you're probably going to hear.
Oh yeah.
Cause man, hey, that's a great story, man. So what are your favorite players, man? Like, we have a couple more minutes, man. What's your top 3 favorite players that you I mean, you can choose, like, your entertainment, or you liked watching when you were playing and stuff like that for your sake,
yeah,
or even inspiration. Even inspiration, like,
okay, yeah, for inspiration, I definitely like Steph Curry on what he lives for and what he stands for. I don't want to be called a Golden State bandwagon fan. I just like Steph for what he stands for. I like his shoes too. And he's changed the game. I swear he has. Everyone wants to shoot threes now.
Revolutionary, for sure.
Yeah, but when I first started watching basketball, the 07, when Kevin Durant was at Texas, that KU team, I loved watching that team. I love watching Julian Wright. He had the
so much
super
fouls.
long socks. I got a Julian Wright jersey. Always wore the long socks. He made me love basketball. And then I'm a big fan of college basketball. And I really only watch the NBA when it's the playoffs because I think that's when they start playing. But I'm a huge fan of Frank Mason because I think he is a dog. And I think that's how every player needs to play as. The dude won National Player of the Year, and he's, 5'11"?
Yeah, he's not a very big guy.
Yeah, he's crazy. I love watching him, though. He was so fun to watch at KU. I mean, shoot, he's killing it in the G League right now, too. Or he was, I guess.
Hey, man, that's so crazy because Josh was just talking to me about him yesterday. He's like, man, he averaged 25 and 7 or something like that. He's like, bro, they need me to bring him up. I was like, I'm pretty sure if the season was keep going, he was going to be on somebody's roster.
Yeah, somebody was going to pick him up because he was playing really well for Sacramento at one point. Was that Sacramento?
Yeah, that's where he got drafted too.
Yeah.
That.
So that's a good one, man. That's a really good
one. Man, I'm trying to think. I mean, I have a couple more questions, but like we kind of talked over everything. Talk about your mentors that helped you through this journey for sure, and then we'll wrap it up.
So as I talked earlier, Dustin Yancey, you know him. He works at Move Right. He was like, I've known him since I was in 6th grade. He was like, he was my strength and conditioning coach. But he was way more than that. He was like a brother.
Yeah.
He taught me life lessons. I walk in the gym, he could tell I was upset. We'd spend 30 minutes just like talking it out. He's just like one of those guys that like helps me out still when I need help. And then my other huge mentor, he's my brother. He's actually having a son soon, and I get to be one of the godfathers, which I'm super excited about, is my old AAU coach. His name is Dante Newsom. Man, everything he talks, like he will not like blow any smoke up your ass. Like he will be real with you. He's helped me through so much and like so much advice. And he like a number of hours we spent in the gym. Like we spent my boy, he's at MNU now, he's killing it. Anthony Brown. He went to Latham Boys last year.
Yeah.
He actually got honorable mention All-American this year as a freshman.
Hate him.
Oh yeah, he's super. I think he's super under recruited. But he and I would spend hours and hours in an unair conditioned gym in the summer, which is basically a big warehouse. So it was super humid, super hot, working out with Dante. And like, that's where I became, I think, the basketball player and the man I am today is because of him. The faith values he's instilled in me too. He's just like, I mean, shout out to both my mentors because like I would not be the man I am or where I would be today without them.
Hey, big ups to both those guys, man. Big ups to both of them guys. Man, unless Noah has anything, man, this was, unless you have any questions for us or anything, like.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. If you ever want to have me on again, I love talking basketball. I got so many stories about my team, basketball in general. I love doing this stuff. So yeah, thank you for having me on.
Hey, we most definitely we have something in the in the works once all this pandemic stuff goes away. I want to have like 5 coaches. Like I know a couple coaches with the like with run and stuff like that. So I want to have like a sit down to see how the game is going, how it can change for the better for the kids and everything like that. So I mean, so we most definitely stay in contact, and I appreciate your time, man, because I know you could be doing anything. I mean, I guess
I'm bored as heck right now, man.
But I most definitely appreciate your time. Just even reaching back out. You know what I'm saying? So that's mad dope, and we most definitely stay in touch, and you most definitely be back on soon, bro. I swear.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. It was good talking to you, man. Like you said, we'll have you back on. You'll be a part of our upcoming projects, man. So we're looking forward to it.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good day, man.
All right, you too. Have a good one.